So we'll continue reading Madhurya Kādambini. So last time we were reading. So we are in the 8th chapter, the last chapter, almost to the end of the 8th chapter. And Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is describing the Prema Bhakta. How Prema Bhakta was chastising himself because he has compared the Supreme Lord with the moon, dark cloud, tamala tree, all these metaphors. So the metaphors, they don't justify the actual beauty of the Lord. So because he has compared the Supreme Lord to these metaphors, he was chastising himself. So after that, he is speaking. Evam ityevam bahuvidam shangshati tasmin ati prasannena bhagavata punah api prayasadi bhavataha tasya yatha sambhavam abhipsitam tadatmika tatsva vilasa vilakshitam. So we'll break it down. It's a very long sentence. So in this way, he was going into various confusion. He is in a state of confusion. Why? Because, oh, I should not have done this. I have done that. I have done this. The Prema Bhakta was lamenting like that. So, but the Supreme Lord is very pleased with him. Because he was pleased with him, the Supreme Lord is revealing, Kṛṣṇa is revealing places, associates, pastimes that are related to the bhava of the devotee. So the devotee is in Madhurya bhava, he reveals certain pastimes. If the devotee is in Dhasi rasa, he reveals certain other pastimes. So like that, whatever is, yatha sambhavam, whatever is vipsitam, whatever the devotee is desiring and whatever is suitable to the devotee to behold, Kṛṣṇa is revealing those pastimes. Swavilasa vilakshitam. Shri Vrindavanam, he reveals Vrindavana. He reveals the desired trees in the Vrindavan. He reveals the Yoga Pita, where Kṛṣṇa and Radha sits. And then if it's a Madhurya Rasa, he also reveals all the important Sakis. Swaprayasi Vrinda Mukyam, important Sakis like Lalita, Vishaka, and so on. Shri Vrishabhanu Nandinim, he reveals Radha, the daughter of Vrishabhanu, also to the devotee. He gets a darshan. That Satkihi Shri Lalita Deha, the Sakis of Radharani, Lalita, and so on. Tat Kinkarihi, and those who serve Lalita Saki and others, the Manjaris, they are also revealed. The devotee gets the darshan. Api Swa Vayasyana Shri Subaladin, so his own friends, Subala and Madhumangal, all these people also being revealed. So Apalyamanaha Naichiki, and the cows, Kṛṣṇa is protecting, Kṛṣṇa is herding. The devotee is seeing the cows. Shri Yamunam, Shri Govardhanam, Bandiram, Shri Govardhana, the Bandira forest, and Yamuna, all these things are becoming visible to the devotee. Nandishwara Giri, the Nandishwara hill. Tatratya Janaka Janani Bhratru Bandhu Dhasadin Sarvanyeva Vrajau Kasaha. So he reveals his own father, Nanda Maharaj, Yashodamaya, and then his brother Balaram, and his relatives, and his servants like Raktakan, Patraka, all these people who are all cowherd people. He reveals all of them. Rasa Utkarshena Darshayitva, which brings out the rasa of the devotee. So previously in the bhava stage, he was able to only witness the Supreme Lord, Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa's beauty, Kṛṣṇa's smell, Kṛṣṇa's touch. All these things he was able to do, see, the devotee was able to see. But here in Prema stage, the devotee was able to witness not just Krishna, but Krishna's associates, Krishna's place, Vrindavan, Yamuna, different places. Everything is able to witness. Darshayatva tattad ananda mahamoha taranginyam tam nimagni kritya swayam parikarena antardhiyate. So by revealing all these things to the devotee, Krishna takes the devotee and then dips into the ocean of bliss. So personally. And then after that, what he does, he just disappears along with all the paraphernalia, all the entourage. Everybody, they just disappear, go out of vision of the devotee. Tatagacha kiyadbi shanaihi labda prabodha punaha api prabhum didrukshu lochana mudra munmochya tam na avalokya yan atmanam ashrubihi abhishinchan. So after some time, when Krishna disappears along with his entourage, the devotee wakes up. But he still has the desire to see Krishna again. And he opens his eyes and then looks at everywhere. But he is not able to see Krishna again, whatever he has seen, the darshan. And because of this, he cries. And his tears are just dripping his entire self. Kim ayam swapna alokitaha. Then he is wondering, pondering, oh, is this a dream? Because he opened his eyes, right? He was not directly witnessing also. So he was asking, is it a dream? Nahi. No, it's not a dream. Why? Shaya alasya nayana kalushadi abhavat. So if you have slept in the morning, what happens? So many dirt that comes up in your eyes. But he is not able to see that. And he is also not feeling lazy. He feels very fresh. But when you wake up in the morning, you feel a little bit, drowsy, and also so much dirt will be there in your eyes. It's all not there. So he decides this is not a dream. What else is this? Kimiyam kasyachit maya. This is an illusion. Nahi etadrisha anandasya mayikatva asambhavad. It is not maya also. It is not illusion. Why? Because the bliss I have experienced, it cannot come out of Maya. It's too much bliss, and I have never experienced that kind of bliss in this illusion, the Maya. So that's also not possible. Kimva chittasya eva brahmamayi kapi vrittihi. Or maybe just some kind of hallucination that came out of my mind, which is an error of the mind. Error of the mind means, just distortion of the mind. Nahi. No. It is not that also. Why? Laya vikshapati anubhavat. So I don't have any distraction, or I don't have indolence. All these are characteristics of hallucination. I don't have that. So that is also not true. Kimva manoratha paripaka praptaha ayam mastu visheshaha. Maybe it is just a material thing that some devata has come and given some kind of material enjoyment. That's what I have seen. Right? Manoratha paripaka praptaha. Manoratha is the desire of the mind. Paripaka, when it matures, or when you do some kind of austerity for that, you get some fruit out of that. your desire gets fulfilled. Is that something like that, something material? Nahi, nahi, it is not like that. Idrisha padarthasya simnaha api kadapi manorayatena adhirodum ashakyatvat. Whatever my mind can desire, that cannot even touch the boundary of what I have seen. It cannot even approach that. My mind cannot even desire such a wonderful thing I have witnessed. It's beyond what my mind can even desire. So that is also not true. Spurti labdaha ayam bhagavat sakshatkarahava. So is it the direct darshan of the Lord which I have got previously as a spurti? Spurti is suddenly, at one moment you will get the vision and then it will disappear. That is what spurti is. Maybe it is the direct darshan of the Lord. I get it for a moment, like a spurti. He says, nahi, nahi. No, it is not that also. Samprati smaryamanabhyaha purva bhutabhyaha spurtibhyaha asya ati vailakshanyat. But what I have seen now, that is actually different from the spurtis that I have, momentary appearance that I have caught in the past. It is completely distinguished. Because in the past, in the spurti, momentary appearance of Kṛṣṇa, has only seen, first of all, Kṛṣṇa, and that too for a very short time. But here he had got a very good experience of a long time darshan of the Lord. Not just Kṛṣṇa, but he saw Kṛṣṇa's associates, and Radha he saw, Radha's associates he saw. And then Vrindavan he saw Yamuna, he saw Govardhan, he saw Nandishwara. The whole spiritual world was manifest and he was experiencing that. So it is completely different from the spurti. Ityevam vividam yeva sanshayanaha. In this way, he is doubting, oh, maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, like that. Shayane eva dhuri dhorani dhusarayam dharanau. So then he lies down on the earth, which is covered with dust. And then he thinks, yatha tatastu punaha api taddarshana me bhuyat. Whatever it may be, let it be. But I want that again. Same darshan, whatever I have got. Iti muhu ashasanaha api tad anupa laba manaha. So in this way he desires, but then he doesn't get that again. So he becomes depressed, Kidyan, Lutan, he rolls around, Rudan, he cries so much because he wants that darshan again. Gatrani Vranayan, he scratches his body. We would see this kind of extreme symptoms described in Chaitanya Charitamrita when Mahaprabhu final pastimes are going on. See, Mahaprabhu actually would scratch the wall, he would scratch himself. All these are the symptoms of the Prema Bhakta. So here also he scratches his body. Murchayan, he faints. Prabhudyamanaha, then he again awakes. Uttishtanu Upavishan, he wakes, stands up, and then he sits down. Abhidravan, he just runs around. Kroshan unmattaha iva. So he cries, he wails as if a mad person. Shanam tushni masinaha manishi iva. And then for some time he sits silently like a wise person. You would think, oh, he's a great rishi, great muni or something like that. So like that he sits for some time. Shanam lupta nitya kriyaha brashta achara iva. And at another time, he looks completely opposite, brashta achara, one who has fallen from his conduct. He looks like a misconduct person, like one who does not have good conduct. He doesn't do his daily duties, nothing he does. He simply, walks around like a fallen person. Shanam asambadham pralapan graha grastaha iva. Sometimes he just speaks incoherently, he blabbers incoherently, as if he is being haunted by a ghost or haunted by evil planets. He just blubbers. Shanam kasmai chit ashwa sakaya nivritum prichate. So, and at another time, he goes to a person who comforts this devotee. In a solitary place, he goes and asks him, Bhakta Janaya Swa Bandhave Swa Anubhutam Bruvanaha. He speaks about his own experience to that devotee friend. Shanam Prakriti Istaha Iva Sakhe Bhuri Bhaga Bhagavat Sakshatkaraha Eva Ayam Tava Abhavat. So, when he explains his experience to the friend then says, oh, dear friend, you are very, very fortunate person because you have got the direct darshan of the Lord. It is Bhagavat Sakshatkara. It is a direct darshan of Kṛṣṇa only. So when he says that, the devotee becomes normal and then looks healthier. And then he becomes very happy hearing that. He becomes very satisfied also. But again, immediately, Tadaeva Visidan, he again laments. What? Hanta Targi Katam Eva Punarna Bhavati. Why is it not coming to me again? Immediately he, one time he just remembers the union he has got with the Kṛṣṇa. And then again, the separation comes to his forefront and then he cries. Anta kasyachit maha anubhava chudamanehe mahabhagavatasya kapi kripa vitana parinataihi va. Oh, maybe I have got this darshan of Kṛṣṇa because I have been given heaps of mercy from a great Mahabhagavat devotee who is a crust jewel of all the anubhavas, who has a crust jewel, who has experiences of these symptoms of Prema. From him, I have got some great mercy, and that is why I am able to see Kṛṣṇa and other entourage. So here, this devotee himself is a Prem Bhakta. He himself is a Mahabhagavat. He is a great devotee, and he is a very rare person in the world. Rupa Goswami says in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that Prem Bhakta is very, very, very rare in this world. Jiva Goswami says in Bhakti Sandarbha. It's such a rare position, and he is in a very, very elevated state. And he's a great devotee. He himself thinks that I am not a worthy person to get this darshan of Kṛṣṇa. I have got this darshan because I have been given some mercy by a great devotee. He thinks like that. Durbhagasya api me bhagavat paricharyāyāha ghunakshara nyāyena va kasminchit divase katanchit utpannāyāha nishkaitavvatyavatāyāha palam idamma. So he says, I am a most unfortunate person, but because in the past I have done some service to the Lord accidentally on some day, and because without any cheating mentality, and because of that, I'm getting this fruit of seeing the darshan of getting the darshan of the Lord. So here Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says, Guna Aksharanaya. Guna is the termites. Akshara means letter. So the termites eat wood, right? So when they eat the wood, sometimes what happens, accidentally it will eat in such a way that a letter will appear like A, B, or something like that. It was not the termite was designing that alphabet, but accidentally it can happen. It will look like some letter. So like that, the devotee is thinking, I was doing something else for some other reason, but accidentally, somehow or the other, without duplicit mentality, I have done service to Krishna. And that is why the result of that is that I am getting the darshan of Krishna here. So he thinks like that. Because I'm most unfortunate person. Kimva Vaigunya Samudre api Shudre Mai Bhagavadanukampayaha Nirupadidattvameva Murtam Prakati Babhuva. Or I am an ocean of faults. I have all faulty qualities. I am a very fallen person. But Krishna is so merciful that his mercy has appeared, and then it gave me the glimpse of all the things I have experienced. So he's just thinking that it is a causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord that I have got. In this way, he thinks of various reasons why he has got this Bhagavad Darshan. Because he has got only once, he did not get another time. So he has to think about various reasons like this. Hanta Kenava Anirvachaniya Bhagyena Swayam Hastapraptaha Nidhi Ajani Kenava Mahaparadhena Tata Chitam Iti. Alas, he says, some unspeakable fortune, Anirvachaniya Bhagyena, because of unspeakable fortune, I have got this great treasure in my hand, which is darshan of Krishna. But then I have committed some great offense also, and that is why it slipped out of my hand. Otherwise, I would be continuously experiencing that. In this way, he is discerning, though he is nischetana. Nischetana means unconscious, or one who does not have any intelligence. He says, I don't have any intelligence. So I'm not able to figure out what is the reason, he says. Tad bhadha badhita dhihi kvayami. Because of this sadness, my intelligence has been affected. So where will I go? Kimva karomi? What will I do? Kamupayam atra kamiha va prichami. To whom shall I go and what shall I ask to that person? What should I do to achieve this again? Mahashunyamiva niratmakamiva nisharanamiva. The whole world looks like a shunya, vacant. Niratmakam. I feel like I don't have even soul. I just don't exist. I feel like that. Nisharanam. I feel shelterless. Dava plashtam. I feel like I'm being burnt by the forest fire continuously from all sides. Mam nigila divatri bhuvanam avaloke. The whole three worlds is looking upon me as if they are ready to devour me. He feels like this. Lokebhyaha nisritya tadebhyaha shanam vivikte parini dadamiti. So, looking at all these things, he thinks in his mind, I'm going to live in a solitary place. I'm going to take this vow. For some time, I'm going to be in a solitary place. Okay, so we'll stop here. In a couple of paragraphs, we are almost ending the description of the Bhav Bhakta. After that, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur will give quotations to whatever he has described previously, because he did not give any quotations when he is describing the different stages of bhakti, mainly because giving quotations will interrupt the flow. But then for those who want quotations, he gives a bunch of quotations at the end. And after that, the book ends. So we'll continue next week in 1 or 2 sessions. We should be able to complete it. Hare Krishna. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know.
Hare Krishna, Rajiv and Prabhuji. Very, very wonderful narrations. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Madhurya. Pranam.
So, Prabhu, I have a small clarification. You mentioned about spurti, right? Spurti means a movement, just a movement, right? So, but even though it's a movement, it's a darshan of the Lord, isn't it? And then he was thinking the bhakta that when he was in a bhava stage, he had the darshan of only Krishna, right? His form, just his beautiness and his ornaments, his body, etc., etc. But here he had a complete darshan along with his entourage. So the Spurti and previous darshan are the same, or it's again different? And the Spurti is a movement darshan, and then
The
Prema.
Spurti is the momentary darshan which he has got in the stage of bhava, which is about just the Krishna alone usually. But if we see in Javadharma, there is a character called Vijaya. So he gets also a Spurti, but in that Spurti, he actually sees Radha and Krishna sitting in
Yes.
in the forest. So he gets the Spurti of a little bit pastime also there. So Spurti can include the whole thing, entourage also. But here, we can take it like, the Spurti is referring to the previous Bhava stage where he experienced only Krishna alone. But this time, he is actually getting a little bit longer darshan. He is experiencing the whole Vrindavan, the spiritual world, and all the associates he was able to witness. So it also happens gradually. First, Krishna appears, and then Krishna along with his entourage, and then the place abode also appears along with that.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you. Thank you so much. Prabhu.
Thank you, Narigeshan. Okay, we'll start. Yes, Rohini Dulal Prabhu. Daras Prabhu.
Prabhuji, basically, when one gets the glimpse during Bhava stage, so it looks like it also reveals his relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
So that's the stage basically the person understands what his constitutional position is. Is that true? Or
So in the Bhava stage itself is, as soon as Bhava means one of the Sthai Bhavas, Dasi Bhava, or Madhurya, or Vatsalya, or Sakya, all these things are revealed there itself. But even before that, also one can understand. So in the Vaidhi Bhakti, we have Sadhana Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti has two paths, Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. In the Vaidhi Bhakti, usually he understands, he realizes, not understands, he realizes in the stage of Bhava. But before that, he will also have a clue because his likings will go toward that direction. If he's in a particular rasa, he will start relishing the Lord in that particular rasa. In the Raganuga Bhakti, however, it is clear from the beginning itself. He will know what is his destination also, because the Raganuga means you have to follow after a particular Rajavasi. So you are attracted by the love of that particular Rajavasi. For example, if somebody is attracted by Vatsalya Rasa, then the person will be following after Nanda Maharaj or Yashoda. So they are already knowing from the beginning itself. But in the Vaidhi Bhakti, as you go along, you will get an understanding, but the realization happens in Bhava stage. Here you know from the beginning, Raganuga, but then the realization again happens in the stage of Bhava.
so in both paths, realization comes during Bhava.
But realization comes, but understanding can happen even before that.
Okay. Prabhu,
Raganuga it's much earlier, but Vaidhi Bhakti it's little late.
right. So we have these symptoms of Bhava Bhakti like Asha Bandha Samutkanta, Namagane Sadaruchi. So we see many great devotees exhibiting these symptoms. So by seeing them, we can understand that they already know their constitutional position, right? Whoever is exhibiting these symptoms. Or, is it okay to judge like that, or it's not important?
Sometimes it is very difficult beyond our stage to judge because we can only know the external and also not external also to a great extent. For example, let's say I'm chanting in the morning and then I'm reading in the evening and I'm doing book distribution in the noon time. that may look like a beginner. For a beginner, it may look like, oh, he's engaged in 24/7 in the service of the Lord. But the devotee who is in a Madhyama stage or something like that, he would know, oh no, there is so much gap, time gaps is there. I'm not doing any service and my mind is, going somewhere else, things like that. So it's difficult to judge beyond our capacity, what stage we are in. Beyond that, it's difficult to judge unless you go and ask the person, okay, please reveal me what stage you are in. And if he thinks that you're eligible candidate, he may tell you also. Otherwise, we can judge only up to our level, and that too looking at the external symptoms. So for sometimes you see Gadadhar Pandit, I think he was looking at Pundarika Vidyanidhi, then he thought Pundarika Vidyanidhi is a materialistic person, just from the external symptoms. But then later, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed to him that, he's actually a great devotee of the Lord, he's a Prema Bhakta. So even that judgment also can go wrong as well. Well, you can get an idea that he is at least beyond your stage.
Yeah. That's a nice example, Prabhu. So basically, we can judge only up to the realization, and even that also can go wrong sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. Thank you.
So just wanted to comment one more thing. So as you were reading the different contemplation of a Bhava Bhakta, it looked like an ordinary person sees and saying he's gone crazy. if he's not telling anyone what is his mind, people start thinking, okay, he's sent him to asylum, he's gone crazy.
It's almost where you won't see the difference between a crazy person walking on the street talking to himself. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you for sharing.
That actually reminded me Lord Chaitanya when he was, of course, Lord Chaitanya is beyond Bhava Bhakta, but when he was exhibiting the symptoms of ecstasy, people thought him to be afflicted with windy disease.
Yeah, that is Vata disease, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, what are you going to teach next after Madhurya Kādambini? Because in 2 sessions you are going to finish up that, right? So
okay, I don't know. I'm looking at it. Maybe if you have some suggestion, let me know. Otherwise, I'll think about it. 2 more sessions are there. So
Prabhu, how about Jaya Dharma?
Jaya Dharma is Bengali. I don't know Bengali.
Okay.
So Prabhu, yeah, we have a great expectation from you. Yeah, if we have anything in our mind.
There is also, in my mind, there are 2 things. One is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, important verses.
Yes,
we are reading that. But sometimes, the verses are there, but in between, there are so many examples. We get lost off the track. Where is it going? So instead of the examples, we can just look at the concepts alone. But it will be a little bit dry also without examples. But at least we'll get an understanding. That is one thing, but it is a long work. The other thing is we can read Bhagavad Gita verses just in Sanskrit. That's another thing. Or if you have any other suggestions, please let me know.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you.
Prabhu, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Okay.
Prabhuji, what is Govinda Chambu?
What is that?
What is Govinda Chambu? Is there anything like that? Sorry, maybe I'm.
Gopala Chambu. Gopala Chambu.
That also I like so much.
So Gopala Chambu is, first of all, this much big work. Probably will complete in 10 years. And the other thing is, it is one of the most complicated Sanskrit Jiva Goswami has composed. Because there is a work called Bhattikavyam in Sanskrit. What is happening is, that work was composed for students who are studying the full grammar of Panini. So when you study the full grammar of Panini, you won't be able to use the full grammar in any one work. Even if you take Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, you will only use part of the grammar, not the whole grammar. But this Bhattikavyam was created as a workbook for you to use the whole grammar. You will find so nuanced concept and rarely used forms, word forms there in that Bhattikavyam. So similarly, Jiva Goswami has composed Gopala Champu for Harinamamrita Vyakaranam. So he has composed this 3,500 sutras. And he would use all these rare forms in Gopala Champu so that it also acts as a workbook for those who have studied Harinamamrita Vyakaranam completely. It's a little difficult to get through all the words also. So,
Correct.
yeah, you'll see something tomorrow.
Prabhuji, but one request, we already have previously also requested you, it would be good if you could keep all the Madhurya company sessions in one area so that we can completely listen one more time right from the beginning. So, Prabhu.
Yeah, sure. Definitely. I'll put it in a page or something like that. I'll share.
Yes, Prabhu, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Panchakalpatarubhasya kripasindhudeva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha anantapuri vaishnava.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.